project, I wanted to show you what the yarn I used. Okay, this is the Shadow Tracery Stitch hoodie, Scoodie. And I've been getting a lot of requests to do a Scoodie, so I decided, since I love this Shadow Tracery Stitch so much, I would make something out of it. So this is it. And I used 2 skeins of this, which is the main color, and then I followed it, the shadow part of the Shadow Tracery Stitch, with this color. And I used 2 of this and only 1 skein of this. And the skein size is 100 grams, 230 meters. And this is 30% acrylic and 70% PP. And I'm not sure what PP is, but anyway, you can use acrylic, just regular acrylic. And if you know what the PP stands for in the yarn, then please leave a comment and let me know. Educate me a bit, please. And this one says it's 100 grams and 240 meters. I think it's the same. So you only need 1 of these, whatever color that you're going to use to trace. And then the main part of the stitch, you need to get 2 skeins. And that is it. Also, you're going to need a 5mm hook or a size H hook. Also, you're going to need a tapestry needle. This little bit here to sew in your ends, very important. And a size H hook, and that's it. That's all you're going to need. Oh wait, one more thing. To make the fringe here, I used this. You can use anything, just something that you need to use to wrap it around and keep all of your fringe uniform, and then when they get to the end you can cut it to make it even. And that is it. Now, I started this scarf using chain of 200. The Shadow Tracery Stitch uses 6 stitches at a time. And I already have a tutorial showing you how to do this stitch. So instead of recommending that you go to that stitch, I don't think this tutorial is going to be very long. I'm going to go ahead and just drop that tutorial in this one so that you can learn how to do the Shadow Tracery Stitch. And I'm going to go through, I think, in that video about 6 lines with you. And then when you get back, I'll tell you how big I made mine, and we'll continue from there. So enjoy the Shadow Tracery Stitch video. Hi guys, this is going to be the tutorial that's going to show you how to do the Shadow Tracery Stitch. And for this tutorial, you're going to need 2 colors. And also, I'm using a 5mm hook just because I'm using wash weight yarn, but this can be done using any size hook and any size yarn. So it'll be our main color. And this stitch is in multiples of 6 plus 2. So with your main color, go ahead and chain in sets of 6 until your project is as big as you like, and then we'll get started. I went ahead and chained 18, and I'm going to chain 2 because I'm ready to get started. And to begin, you want to single crochet in the 2nd chain from the hook. So count 1, 2, and in the 2nd chain here, do a single crochet. And then you want to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 2 stitches, making sure you don't count this one where you just did your single crochet. You'll count 1, 2, and then this 3rd stitch, you want to do what's called a popcorn cluster, because that's what it reminds me of. So what you do is they basically want you to half double crochet 5 stitches together. So what you do is, if you've ever done my cluster beanie, it's basically the same, except you're working it all in the same stitch. So you'll yarn over and go into this stitch. Remember, you skip 2, you go into this 3rd, pull up a loop, then you'll yarn over and only go through 2 of those loops. So you're basically doing an incomplete double crochet, and you want to make 5 incomplete double crochets in the same stitch. So that would be 1, yarn over, go back into the same stitch, pull up a loop, 4 loops on your hook. Again, you are only going through the first 2. So yarn over, pull through the first 2. And then you'll repeat that again. Same stitch. Pull up a loop. 5 loops on the hook. Yarn over, only pull through the first 2 loops, leaving you 4 loops on your hook and 3 incomplete double crochets in the same stitch. Yarn over, go into the stitch again. Remember, you want 5. You yarn over and pull through only the first 2 loops, leaving 5 loops on your hook. Then yarn over and go into that stitch one last time. 4, 6, you have 7 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, and then you have 6 loops on your hook and 5 incomplete double crochets in this one stitch. Then you'll yarn over, pull through all 6 loops, and then you'll want to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Skip 2 on this side. 1, 2, and in the third stitch, put a single crochet. And that's basically the repeat right there. You'll be chaining 3 on this side, doing your popcorn cluster here in the center, chaining 3 on the other side, and skipping 2 stitches on either side here at the bottom. Skip 2, skip 2. It looks like a little eye. So now we're going to be starting our repeat. So we chain 3, skip 2, 1, 2, and in the third stitch here we're going to be working our next popcorn cluster. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, only go through the first 2 loops. Yarn over, go back into that same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, only pull through those 2. You're going to do exactly what you did a moment ago. You'll be repeating this for the whole row. So I'm going to go ahead and keep pulling through my first 2 loops only until I get my 5 incomplete double crochets. Again, pull through all 6 loops, chain 3, skip 2 on this side of your popcorn cluster, 1, 2, and in the third stitch, do a single crochet. Sorry for all the banging. They're still, let me see if I can close the window. They're still doing construction next door to me. I hoped they would be quiet a little longer, but they're obviously done with their lunch or whatever. So just a second. Okay, I hope that helps. I don't know if it will. Okay, anyway, so go ahead and continue on. Again, chain 3, skip 2, and then you'll do your popcorn cluster again in this last stitch. So go ahead and do your popcorn cluster, and I'll show you how to end the row. When you get to the end of the row, you have 2 chains to skip, and the very last stitch is where you will put your single crochet. And then you're ready to get started with your second color. So what you're going to do is just pull up your loop, just so that it, you know, if your yarn gets pulled a little, it's not going to unravel. And you're going to back up to the beginning of your row here, where we did our single crochet and chain 3. Get just a little closer here. And I'm going to get my yarn that I'm using for my shadow tracery. And you're going to make a slip knot with it too. Okay, I hope I'm not too close here. I feel like I'm too close. Okay, so you're going to go right in to this beginning single crochet. I just want to make sure. Oh, I'm going to do a single crochet attachment. So much easier. So you go into your single crochet like you always do, and what you'll do is, get my yarn here, is you'll pull up a loop. So you're basically grabbing up the loop, and it gives you 2 loops on your hook, and then you yarn over and pull through both of those loops to create your single crochet. And then you'll chain 3, and in the top of your cluster is where you'll want to put your single crochets. You'll skip 3, so 1, 2, 3, which is the 2 chains, and then this little stitch here. and then you have this other stitch to the left or to the right, whichever video you're watching, and you'll do a single crochet, chain 3, skip 3 stitches, or skip 2, these two. You'll be going right into the top of the I guess it is 1, 2, 3. Be skipping. No, usually I go here, so I guess be skipping only 2. So you chain 3, you go into the single crochet, then you chain 3, then you find that stitch on top of the cluster again. When you're following, doing the stitch of the cluster, you just keep finding. Yeah, see, I should have. See, 1, 2, 3, and this is the top of my single crochet. Though it's kind of a pain to go in. Then you chain 3, and then you go into that cluster stitch. You're basically going to be repeating this for the whole row. Chain 3, go into the single crochet, chain 3, go into the top of the cluster stitch, and you just continue that for the row till you get to the very end, and I'm going to show you now what you do. So I just chain 3. This is my last single crochet of the round. I'm going to go into this last single crochet of the round, and I'm going to do a single crochet, and now I'm going to pull that up. And you do not cut your yarn, by the way. To always keep your yarn with you at all times, attached. So keep that in mind when you start the project. You probably want to get a basket or something to keep your 2 colors in, because all you're going to be doing is dropping one color and picking up the next. So you drop your B color, which is your shadow color, and you grab your original color up again, which for me is the lighter color. And you'll want to chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now you can turn. So you turn your work, and you can push this loop that's kind of loose here. Just kind of push it to back behind your chain. Just get it out of the way. Finding your first single crochet, which is this, and then you have your 2 chain spaces here. You can see that, and then you have your first single crochet, because remember last round we just did chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet. Well, you're going to want to skip this first single crochet and the first chains and go right in to this next single crochet that's above your popcorn cluster and do a single crochet, just like that. Then chain 3, and now we're going to be working our popcorn clusters in this top, because you want it to kind of be, as you can see here, go grab it over here real quick. You want your popcorn clusters to be alternating, so you're going to have one here and then one here, then one here, and then one here. You're going to go kind of like in a zigzag. So we did our popcorn cluster down here, so we want to do it in the middle now here. So yarn over, go into that single crochet and pull up a stitch, pulling through only 2. Yarn over, we're going to make our popcorn cluster the exact same way, creating your 5 incomplete double crochets. Goodness gracious, all that noise. I don't know how loud it is for you guys, but it's pretty loud for me. Okay, so I have my 5 incomplete double crochets, yarning over and pulling through all of my loops. I forgot to count. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 loops. Then you'll chain 3. And then you'll find this next single crochet here. Whoops, I'm off camera. You'll find the next single crochet here. You'll just do your next single crochet in it. You'll be repeating this for the whole row. Chain 3, do your cluster in the single crochet, then chain 3 and doing your single crochet here in the top of this single crochet. You'll continue that for the row. And when you get to the end, I'll show you what to do. Okay. I've come up to my end, just finished my popcorn cluster and put my single crochet, and now I'm at the end of my row here. So I'm going to chain 3, And then in the very last stitch here, your single crochet, you'll want to do a double crochet. So pretty much from now on you'll always be doing a double crochet, and then you'll be chaining you'll be chaining 6 before you start your next row. Just repeating these 2 rows over and over again. So the row you just did here will be 1 repeat later. Okay, so we got done with this row and we're ready to shadow trace it. So I'm going to pick up my other color. Remember, you don't turn. After you complete a row of your popcorn clusters, remember you go and you pick up your next color. That's back here. And now just set the other one aside. And you'll want to single crochet in the 3rd chain. Remember, you did a chain 6 at the beginning. So if you need to, you can count back here, 1, 2, 3, and then this 4th chain here will be your 3rd chain from the bottom. So 1, 2, and 3, because it's hard to see from behind. So 1, 2, 3, and I'll count this 4th one. I'm in the top of my 3, 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to actually bring my chain through this area here so I can see. And I'm going to go in through the proper one, 1, 2, 3, 4, this one. So I'm going to go in through this stitch, just my 3rd stitch from the bottom, pull up a loop, do a single crochet. Wait, get a little closer here. And I'll do that again for you. So again, when you have your hook here and you're ready to pull it through, go ahead and make it come to the front. Find that 3rd chain from the bottom. You can count from the bottom up or count over to the 4th here. 1, 2, 3, easier to count. 1, 2, 3, this is my 4th. And I'm just going to insert my hook into that chain, pull up a loop, and do a single crochet. And now you're ready to start working with this one, this color. And we're always going to be doing the shadow trace the exact same way, which is going to be chain 3 and go into that 1st single crochet. Chain 3, then go into the top of the cluster. Chain 3, find the next single crochet. Chain 3, go into the top of the cluster. We'll just repeat this for the rest of the round. Keep saying round. Row. Till you make it up to your end again. And remember, both you don't turn until you've gotten both colors done, and I'm about to be done with this color. So at the end of round 3, you do a single crochet in the last stitch, and you'll just pull up that color. And back up a bit because it seems like I'm having difficulty staying camera. Okay, so pick up your original yarn, and again you'll be repeating for row 4. It says pick up the yarn, single crochet into the 3rd chain. So I don't know where it says that, why it says that. I guess that was the row we just did. Oh, right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We just finished 4. So that was it for 4. Now we're on 5. Again, we're on the right side with the 1st color. Okay, now I know where I am. Okay, so you want to chain 1 and single crochet in this 1st stitch. So you'll be repeating 2, 3, 4, and 5. That 4 rows will be your repeating rows. So this is 5. And you will chain 3, skip 3, or skip these 2 chains here, and single crochet. I'm sorry, single crochet. You'll be doing your popcorn. Your popcorn cluster here. Cause see, it's one here, so you need to do one here. So insert into this first single crochet and start your 5 incomplete double crochets. 2, 3, 4. Pull through all 6 loops and chain 3. Then single crochet in your next single crochet. Then you'll be repeating chain 3, find your next single crochet, and you'll do your popcorn cluster in it. 3, 4, and 5. 5 incomplete. Pull through all 6 loops, chain 3. So go ahead and keep repeating this for the rest of the row, and I'll see you at the end of this row. So I've reached the end of my row, and I'm going to do a single crochet in this. Oh, in the 3rd chain probably. No, just says single crochet to the last row. So we're going to find this first stitch here. Oops. To end our row here. Okay, that was the end of round 5. So I'm going to pull up my yarn, and again grabbing my shadow yarn here. From having my yarn in the back here, since it's not some long chain, I'm going to go right into that beginning single crochet. I hope you can see what I'm doing. See, I just picked up my loop, and this is our first single crochet, and then our chain 3. I'm going to go right into the top of that single crochet and do a single crochet, and we're going to do our shadow tracery the same way we've always done. It's just a simple row of chain 3 and then single crochet in the top of the cluster, then chain 3, single crocheting in our single crochets. So I think by now you probably have that down. I just want to show you what this looks like. See? It kind of looks, I don't know, kind of like a flower in a way too, but you'll always be working on your popcorn clusters from the front side. So all your popcorn clusters should be facing one direction. So you can kind of push them up front or push them back, whatever you want to do. So anyway, what you'll want to do, I told you to repeat 2 through 5 before, but it's more accurate to say you need to repeat rows 3 through 6. When you get done with this one, you'll be repeating row 5 and what we did for row 5. Let me show you that real quick. Again, when you get to the end, single crochet here, you just put a single crochet inside of it and then pull up. Sorry if I'm going off camera here, probably still too close. Okay, there we go. Then you pick up your main color again, and here on a few of my rows it got a little bit tight going this way, so I went ahead and I added a double crochet once on this side and a double crochet once on this side, just to kind of make it to where it's not so tight here. It actually loosens it a bit. And we're going to repeat round 3, which is the chaining 6 at the beginning. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn your work. You can pull your yarn back to the back again. And you're gonna skip the first single crochet in the first chain 3 and single crochet into this first single crochet that's on top of the cluster, and then chain 3 again, and you're alternating your popcorn cluster. So now you're going to be doing a popcorn cluster in this single crochet, and that's how you're going to continue over and over again until your project is as big as you want. I started making the scarf part, and I went ahead and just made up to row 17. So from rows 2 to 17 is just going to be the scarf part. And this is just me. You can make yours much wider or shorter. It's very adjustable. But I thought this would probably be a pretty good size. So I went ahead and left it like that. It has 4 on this side, and it's got 4 of these on the other side, the bumps from the popcorn cluster. So what I did, and I also ended with my shadow after my main row. So you want to go all the way up, do complete row all the way up to row 17. Now, once you've got that done and whatever size you've decided to make your scarf, you want to then fold it in half. So if you're having the same problem, then that may be something that you want to do. Now, once you get it to the size that you want, you just fold it in half. Making sure that on this side is one of the chain 3 spaces on the very tip. Hopefully for yours it will be. If not, then you can slightly go to one side or the other. But mine is right in the middle here. So then you want to count over 12 from the center. So first mark this fold it in half, mark the very middle stitch, and then you can open it up. Then from this side of the marker, you want to count over 12 spaces, 12 chain 3 spaces. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then mark this 12th one here, and then do the same on the other side too. So counting over 12 and mark here. Now, after that, you're going to be doing the exact same thing that you did for the rest of the scarf. Down below, you'll be adding on your main color, and try to begin and end in a single crochet. So if you have to go right up to the marker, or even one past the marker on this side, then do it. But try to end on a single crochet. So I'm leaving myself just a little bit of tail to be worked in later. And right here, where my marker is, there's a single crochet right beside it here. And I'm just going to do a single crochet attachment. So I'm inserting my hook, pulling up a loop, pulling through 2. Then you do your chain 2 and your popcorn cluster as normal. This one here is supposed to be a popcorn cluster here, and this one's supposed to be a single crochet. So I guess, see if it has 2 clusters here, and then this is where the next popcorn cluster, as you can see here, is supposed to go. Last time I did this, I could just attach it with single crochet. Well, this time I'm going to have to attach it for the popcorn cluster. So I'm going to yarn over. I'm going to insert my hook into that single crochet and pull up a loop. But I'm only going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Then I'm going to yarn over, go back into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And I'm just going to continue to do that till I have my 5 cluster. You want to try to stay as consistent as you can. Then chain 2, and then now you'll be doing a single crochet in the next single crochet. Chain 2, and start your popcorn cluster all over again. This scarf is 200 chains, and if you've done more, then it won't matter, because the hood will still be the same size, because your head is going to be the same size no matter how short the scarf is. So you want to continue to do this all the way down to your marker. And like I said, if you end here on a single crochet and your next one, let's see here, we have our 2 clusters, so there'd be a cluster here, and the last single crochet would be right here on top of this. So this one on the other side here is going to end before the stitch with a single crochet, and then that's where you're going to end your row. And then you're going to attach your next color for the shadow tracery stitch, just like you did before. Again, since this is all single crochets and chains, you'll just be putting it right at this top like you always work. Get it a little closer here. See how each cluster has like 2 stitches in it? You'll go right into that first one. Then you'll pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, pull through 2. Then chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Then you'll be going into the single crochet, 2, 3, and then right into the cluster of the next. And this is how you'll be doing the hood. You're going to be staying consistent to what you've done up to this point. So yours being a little longer, you may end up starting on a place where you actually need to do a single crochet. You don't, I don't know how you're going to start, but it's going to be the same basic pattern. So you just want to make sure that if you're in between 2 popcorn clusters, that you do a popcorn cluster when you begin, just like I showed you. And if not, then start with the single crochet like I showed you first. So it just depends on where you are on your scarf. And you're going to be working over and over again those 2 stitches until your hood is long enough. Okay, I continued to go back and forth. Each little shadow tracery stitch is 2 stitches. It's the puff area stitch and also the tracery around the outside. So if you just want to count those 2 stitches as 1, and you can count the inside puff stitch and the outside puff stitch as 2 rows, or just 1, it's up to you. But if you count both of them together, then you've got, I did it for a total of 13 rows. And if you count each stitch individually, then I did a total of 26, because you just double the number. This first one was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. And I ended with this color here, so I cut my main one. You want to sew it up using the last color used. And now you need to make a decision which is your front or back. They are worked in rows, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to get my yarn that I'm using. I'm going to go through this last stitch that I went through, and the last stitch that I did on this side, and then the stitch on this opposite side. Single crochet, and now I'm going to turn it so I can start working. Line it up as best you can. And now you're just going to be working in 1 stitch, then find the next stitch. You can do a single crochet or a slip stitch. I just like single crochet because it's stronger. And you just want to continue to do that. Take your time, make sure that your stitches are aligned every few stitches, and just continue working your way down. When you get to the end of the row, just go ahead and chain 1 just to secure it. And then I'm going to get my scissors, just cut and pull through, and then you can use your tapestry needle to hide it in between here. Okay, now you can turn your hood inside out where the sewing part doesn't show. I want to show you what I did with my other end on this side. all I did was, starting in one corner, I attached my yarn. Then you want to do a chain of 5. And then you're going to yarn over 3 times, find the next stitch over, and you're going to be doing a triple crochet, or quadruple, no, triple, well, we'll see. Go into the next stitch. See, this was each row. I'm trying to put one on each row so you can try to go by color. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's quadruple. So yarn over, find the next. See, this is what I just did, the one color, so I'm going to try to find a place in the peach to put 1, 2, 3. Then find the next color. Oops. You're going to try to work your way down, putting a quadruple crochet on each row. So continue to do that. I'll see you back here in a minute. Okay, I went down and I have 14 quadruple crochets, and do your best to spread it out if you need to get the same amount on the other side of the scarf too. So what I do now is I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to do a single crochet in each of those 14 stitches. Just put 1 single crochet in each quadruple crochet. I just want to give it a little bit more strength here because I plan on putting fringe. And this is the end chain, so just find the top of the chain. Put your last single crochet, then I'm going to chain 1 and cut my yarn. Cut it long enough to where you can hide it. If your fringe is that color on the end, then you can use that color. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to do the fringe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find something like this, I guess, works. Just something you can wrap your yarn around to keep it uniform. It's just got a flap, but that's okay. Long way, short way, I don't know. It depends on how long you want your fringe. I guess I'm going to go the long way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm going to go ahead and do it 10 times and cut my yarn. And then at the bottom here, I'm going to cut it here too, giving me all 10 strings. So once you have your 10 strings cut, I'm taking 5 and setting the other part aside. So I've got 5 of the strings here and fold them in half. And then I'm working every other single crochet. So I'm skipping every other single crochet. I have this one done, so I'm skipping the next one and I'm going into the following one. So every other single crochet, you want to pull the strings that you have folded in half like this, and it'll create a circle on this side, and then you want to pull your strings through that circle, that loop, and pull it tight. Get my next set of 10. Skipping the next one and then going into the following one. Bolt through, and then you want to pull to tighten. And since my last one on this side is a purple and not, I think I'm just going to go ahead and work it in with a tapestry needle. Keep it even as I can. This very last single crochet. But that's how you do the fringe. So when you get done, you can hide the extra tail on this side and also cut them to make this fringe all even on this side to make it look really good and nice. And that's it. That is how you make the Scoodie using the shadow tracery stitch. I hope that you liked this tutorial, and if you did, please don't forget to like and share this video, and please come over and follow me on my Facebook page to have the most latest news on what's going on with my channel and my my designing and everything. It's the best way to find out what's going on with the channel. So be sure to subscribe there, or you can subscribe at Google or Twitter or any of those places that I am. You can always check down below in the description box and get all the links to where you can find me. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching.